And we are changing the name of our airport from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. So a bill will be brought by the Minister for Transport for the name of the airport to be changed from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. So the Accra International Airport bill will also come, and then they will ask us to approve some international bilateral agreements and multilateral agreements for them. And Minister of Interior will continue to have the Security and Intelligence Agencies Bill considered by Parliament. And then a new Community Service Bill, will be dealt with this meeting. The whole idea is to, provide for alternative sentencing so that for every trivial offense, one does not have to go and be lying in Sawam and congesting our prisons and be fed for doing nothing. So you can provide community service instead of being sent to Sawam. So we need to have that. And then they also have some other regulations governing gaming, birthright, diaspora certificate bill will also come, review of Extradition Act 1960 and others. So those are the programs of the Ministry of Interior. And the Minister of Communication has so many things that they hope to bring. But we will wait, because the indication I got from him from our meeting yesterday was that he's at the concluding stages of drafting those bills. My sense is that they may not come this meeting, so I will not bore you with all the details, but there are so many bills that, about 10 bills that he intends to bring. Some of them are new proposals, others are revision of old legislation that have been with us. Some of them were passed 25 years ago, and the IT sector has been changing. And so legislation needs to be updated to meet the changing landscape of IT and communication technology. So he's revising all this legislation, virtually overhauling the entire regime, and he will be bringing those ones as and when they are ready. And then the last is the Attorney General, and the Conduct of Public Officers Bill will be brought by the Attorney General. The Conduct of Public Officers Bill, it was approved by Cabinet, but also know that there are aspects of the Conduct of Public Officers Bill that are constitutional matters. So they are also, I believe, part of the report and recommendations of the Constitutional Review Committee. Then we have a proposal to pass a new Economic and Organized Crime Act, trying to modernize the existing EOCO and provide it a legislative regime that address some critical financing issues that they face. Then, of course, the Legal Profession Bill, which will complement the Legal Education Reform Bill. The Legal Education Reform Bill will set out a whole program of how you now become a lawyer. But the Legal Profession Bill, there will be an amendment there that will deal with something that is a bit of a problem, which is when we start debating the new legal education reform bill, you will see the trajectory of things. But in it is some requirement of quality assurance in terms of the law degrees that are coming from universities. Because if you take out law school and then you introduce bar exam at the end of it, then you have to make sure the law faculties who are awarding the degrees are really proper and they are able to maintain the standards. And so the Legal Profession Bill is dealing with that component. And then finally, we will have the Tribunals Bill coming. You recall in the NDC manifesto, we said we will establish tribunals. So the Tribunals Bill will come, and then there will be some amendments to the Supreme Court rules the Court of Appeal rules, and the High Court Civil Procedure rules. But most of those amendments are really to account for the role of IT in, legal processes, how you can file, applications online, how you can serve documents online, and etc. to take advantage of the new technologies for fast-tracking litigation. So those are the major concerns of the amendments. There are other things that will be captured in the amendments to the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, and High Court rules. But those are the main things. So I have taken you through generally what to expect in terms of this Parliament. The last one is the Economy Authority Bill, which is ready. Even, I think, late. It was late in the last meeting, and so we will take it this time. And so that responds to what my colleague raised about the 24-hour economy and the absence of some clarity as to what it is. But 24-hour economy is not a complicated matter. It just means that we want to create a situation where our economy works 24 hours. It doesn't work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then we all close and then we go home. How can we work 24 hours? One, you need to invest in security to make sure that shops are able to open at night. Restaurants, can stay as late as possible. Fuel stations can operate 24 hours instead of closing at 9 or 10 p.m. for fear of security. And factories can function, 24 hours. And services can be provided 24 hours, like we're already doing at the port. How can you make sure that, at night when people are sleeping, the port can be busy, and the trucks can be moving out with the goods, so that during the daytime when we ordinary people want to use the streets, trucks are not also struggling to evacuate goods from the ports. And basically, at night when people are sleeping, the port can be busy. The factories will need additional labor to execute for the other hours, in addition to the hours that they are already executing. The service providers will need additional labor to execute, and that creates jobs, and then also it increases productivity. But I think that my friends in the minority need to understand that even if you introduce the best of security in the country and you provide the best of incentives, and banks are going to go and borrow money at 32% interest rates or 23% interest rates, at 32% interest rate or even 40% interest rate, as we're seeing, even if you created whatever environment for them, they can't function at that cost of borrowing. If they have to exchange dollar at a certain rate to go and then buy inputs for production, when they produce, very few people can afford. If inflation is galloping and then people cannot, afford, no matter what kind of economy you create, it won't just work. So inputs for production, when they produce, very few people can afford. If inflation is galloping and then people cannot, afford, no matter what kind of economy you create, it won't just work. Industrial sector, on the service sector, banks are chasing companies with money at much, much lower interest rates than a year, 2 years ago. And everybody knows that. Interest rates have come down, exchange rate has come down, the CD has appreciated in value, inflation has come down significantly, utilities are stabilizing, and the services are also relatively consistent. Electricity is on all the time. Still some challenges with providing adequate water supply, all that being fixed. Those are the fundamental issues that sometimes make it impossible for industries to even function. And this government has invested a lot in terms of policies and leadership to deal with those issues. And the results are out there for everybody to see. And all that is having a significant impact on decisions of industries to expand, recruit more people, and then also, to be able to run 24 hours. So I can assure him that slow but sure, this government is delivering on all facets of the promises that we made to Ghanaians. Now, the issue of certificate of agency when it comes to work that we do in Parliament, it's exaggerated because he knows that a lot of the bills that we take through certificate of agency are bills that are... Now, the issue of certificate of agency when it comes to work that we do in Parliament, it's exaggerated because he knows that a lot of the bills that we take through certificate of agency are bills that have already come to this House. We've referred the bill to a committee. The committee goes, consults stakeholders, and sometimes the revisions are so fundamental, the changes are significant, and the number of changes are many. And when that happens, normally the committee chair will come and ask for leave from us so that the minister will take the bill back, go and incorporate all the changes that the MPs have made at committee stage, and then bring back a new bill capturing what has already been incorporated by the MPs. Now, when those bills come, we deem it unnecessary to go through the entire process again because it's come before us. We've looked at it. We've recommended a change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The changes are so many that we don't want to spend all the time on the floor doing it. So just go and change it and bring it back to us. So when those bills come, we then ask for leave to withdraw the old bill and then replace it with the revised back. We're satisfied, so we took it through certificate of agency. So when you present to the public as if we are not diligent, we don't pay attention to the work that we've been asked to do, and so we rush things through, it's not true. It's not, and it's not fair to the records. And this is not the first time we're doing this. This has always been the practice of this House. I put out a press statement and I pointed to not less than 52 or 56 bills that were passed under certificate of agency when he was leader. So I don't see why today you would make so much noise about passage of bills through certificate of agency. Even today as we sit, I'm in serious negotiations with the Minister for Justice and Attorney General because the legal profession, the Legal Education Reform Bill, during recess, the MPs were busy working on it. They consulted all stakeholders, all the law schools in this country, the Bar Association, everybody. They came with quite significant revisions of the proposal coming from government. So they've taken it back to the Attorney General that he should incorporate all the things that the Bar is saying, the law schools are saying, the deans are saying. And so the AG today is pleading with me that let me come and withdraw the old one and introduce the new one that has all the revisions. And I'm saying that Afanya is kicking against certificate of agency bill. So bring it and let's go through it that way in the chamber. So that is what it is. It's not as if we're doing a lousy work. In fact, the committee met for several days